Okay, good morning, guys. Today we will be learning about how to use exponents to write numbers. So for the do now, we have this little activity here to get us kind of starting to become familiar with numbers that contain exponents. Notice here the table starts with -3 to the first power. Okay, what that means is that we have -3 only once. -3 by itself holds the same value as -3. Okay, the next one we have -3 to the second power. What that means is that we're multiplying -3 by itself twice. -3 times -3, and that's going to equal +9. Remember that a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, the next here we have -3 to the third power. What this means is -3 times -3 times -3. Okay, -3 times -3 is +9. Multiply that by another -3, and that's going to give us a -27. Okay. Next one we have -3 to the fourth power. -3 times -3 times -3 times -3. -3 times -3 is +9. Okay, so these two are going to give us +9. These two will give us +9. 9 times 9, +81. Okay, the next one then we have -3 times -3 times -3 times -3 times -3. And that's going to give us, we're going to wind up with a -243. Okay, now for the next one, now we're going to multiply -3 by itself 6 times. 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're starting to notice that when we have an even number, it's going to be positive. And when we have an odd number, it's actually going to be negative. So the next one here, should wind up to be -2,187. And we got 7 -3s that we're going to multiply together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's take a look at parts of an exponential number. So basically what we see here is we have two pieces to the exponent. Okay, we have the base. This is the number that's being multiplied by itself. And then we have the actual exponent. That tells us how many times we're multiplying the number by itself. Okay, so 5 squared means 5 to the second power. It means 5 times 5. Okay, so 5 to the second power means you're multiplying 5 by itself twice. Okay, parts of an exponential number. A power is a product of repeated factors. The base of a power is the common factor. The exponent of a power indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. Okay, so notice here, again, we have the base. Here is 1/2. Exponent is 5. That means 1/2 is being multiplied by itself 5 times. The whole thing together is known as the power. Okay, let's practice some problems here. The first one we have, evaluate 5 to the second power. 5 to the second is equal to 5 times 5, which equals 25. Okay, example number 2, we'll go back the other way. Express as an exponential number. How many 7s do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the way that we write that is 7 to the 6th power. Okay. Okay, take a look here. Write the product using exponents. So again, our base is 1/4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's being raised to the 5th power. Okay, take a look at the next example. We have 0.3 And we also have x. So for 0.3, how many 0.3s do we have? We have 4. Oops, hold on. So 0.3 to the 4th power and x to the 2nd. Okay, so 0.3 to the 4th, x to the 2nd. Okay, next up here, just some more problems. Very similar to everything else that we've been doing so far. Hopefully you find today's lesson pretty simple. All right, so for example, number 3 here, we have, this should be 3 to the 4th power. Okay, number 4 should be positive. I'm sorry, let me rewrite this as a product using exponents. So negative 6 squared. If we worked that out, we would get positive 36. Number 5 is negative 1/2 to the 3rd power. Number 6 is 1/3 to the 3rd power. Number 7, we have pi to the 3rd. And x to the 4th. Okay, 1, 2, 3 pi's and 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. Number 8, negative 4 to the 2nd. Make sure you're putting that in parentheses, because if you don't, the exponent of 2 will only apply to the 4, not the negative. So just be careful with that. Y to the 2nd. Number 9, we're going to have 6.4 to the 1, 2, 3, 4th power, b to the 3rd. And last but not least, number 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 negative t's. So again, we want to put negative t in parentheses and then raise that to the 5th power. Okay, sum it up. What is the purpose of an exponent? Why do we use an exponent? Well, it tells us how many times we're going to multiply the base by itself. Okay. Why are they helpful? Why are exponents helpful? Well, it's helpful because instead of having to write, if we're going to multiply the same number by itself numerous times, it's going to be a lot easier for us to write, let's say, 5 to the 4th power than having to write out 5 4 times. Now you might say to yourself, what's the big deal of writing 5 4 times? That is true. But what happens when we have a number being raised to the 27th power? Do we want to write that number out 27 times? Our hands might get a little tired. So exponents come in really handy for that. All right, what I want you to do for number 3 is create your own exponential number. Label its parts. Okay, the parts that you're labeling are the base and the exponent, and then solve it. So I want you to state the equivalent. What is it equal to? Okay, so for example, if you had 5 to the 2nd power, I want you to say that 5 to the 2nd power is equal to 25. Okay, and then label those parts. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful. You know how to reach me if you need any help, and I'll see you next time.